everyone, it's Jennifer from Flux. Welcome to week 1 of our 2022 spring crochet along. I'm so excited. I've been talking about it kind of on social media for a little bit and sharing some sneak peeks. This is what we're going to be making. This is the Botanical Garden Shawl. This is a gorgeous shawl in a very simple ripple stitch, which we're going to go through together, stitch by stitch, every step of the way. And I grabbed all kinds of colors that sort of reminded me of a garden for spring, for a spring crochet along. So I picked some shades of green and mint. I picked some kind of floral lavender colors and rose colors and even some earth tones, to represent the ground and things like that. And some white and some gray because you have a lot of rain in the spring. So I was sort of thinking about clouds on this one. So anyway, I had a lot of fun picking out the colors. We're going to talk about all the supplies and everything you might need for this shawl next in the next part of this video. But for week 1, just this week, we're going to just talk about the shawl a little bit, the sizing, the materials that you'll need. And I hope that you can join me and make one for yourself. Now, you could not do stripes. You could do all one color. You could pick some self-striping yarn. You could really get creative here. And we're also going to learn about sizing and how to make your shawl the width that you want it to be. We're going to talk about stitch multiples. And we're also going to be talking about the length, so making more or less rows. So you can really change up the size if you need to. Now, the finished shawl that you see here measures about 23 inches wide and about 86 inches long. So it's a very large, generous shawl, almost like a mini wearable blanket almost. It's very cozy, but also not super chunky yarn. So it is a nice kind of transitional piece. So let's get started. We're going to talk about some of the materials next. One more thing I wanted to mention for the first week of our crochet along is if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Ravelry group and the Facebook group for our crochet alongs. They're specifically for these projects, and you can connect with other makers. You can show off your work. You can ask questions. There's lots of people in there that jump right in and help. You could also kind of show off what you're doing or the colors you'll be using. I'll put the links down below for that. Also, if you're on social media, use the hashtag FiberFluxCal to share your work. It's fun to click on the hashtag on social media and just see all the different projects that people are doing. So we're going to move on to the materials next and talk a little bit about the yarn that we'll be using, the hook and all that, and different substitution options as well. For this project, you'll need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle. A tape measure is super helpful to measure as you go to see the width and the length. We're going to learn how to customize our shawl. We're going to be using a 6mm J crochet hook. This is my Black Furls Odyssey. I can put the link down below in a coupon code if you'd like to get one for yourself. And let's talk about this gorgeous yarn. I have a beautiful spectrum of Wander yarn. Now, this is a yarn I've used lots of times before. It's one of my favorites. It's also from Furls. So like I said about the hook, I'll put the link and the coupon code so you can get a discount on that if you want. We are going to be using 11 balls of Wander. I grabbed some beautiful colors that sort of fit the botanical garden theme. There's some pastels and some neutrals. It just looks so pretty together. And this is a total of 1,320 yards. So each ball of this is 120 yards, and I'm using 11 balls. So 1,320 yards. We're going to have a nice generous size shawl. If you need to substitute, look on your yarn label for the little yarn ball with the number in it. This is a medium 4 on the yarn weight scale, and it's a worsted weight. So 1,320 yards of worsted weight yarn you'll need for this project. Now let's talk about the colors. I grabbed I had Wander, other colors of Wander, and I kind of played around with it and moved it around and picked and chose and all kinds of things. So I finally came up with this palette that I just love. It's just so much fun. So we are going to be using, I'm going to start at the top here. This color is called Surf. It's like a jade green. Peninsula, Tundra, Bergamot, Aurora, Dragon Fruit, Fawn, Sandbar, Snow, alabaster, and mist. So just a lovely spectrum of colors. Now, obviously, you can pick and choose what you like. You can make your shawl all one color. You can do stripes like I'm going to be doing. You can change up the order of the colors. It's completely up to you. This is where all the creativity of all the shawls that we see for each cowl that we do, it's where all the creativity and the color combinations are just so much fun. So really have fun with this. And as a side note, if you do want to use the Wander yarn, again, I have the coupon code down below. But it also comes in tons of other colors too. It's just all kinds of colors. They just came out with new colors, and there's brights, like really bright colors, lots of neutrals, really soft colors like this. So just tons of stuff to pick from. So again, the link is down below for that. So next week when we come back, we're going to be working on the stitch for our shawl itself. It's going to be very easy, nice basic stitches, and we're going to learn we're going to talk a little bit about the color changes and the rows used per color, and we're going to talk a little bit about changing colors as well when you're ready to move on to a new color. So again, use the hashtag FiberFluxCowl to share your work. Also, we have 2 crochet along groups. We have a Ravelry group and a Facebook group. And again, those links are down below as well. Join those groups if you haven't already. That's where all the makers come together, and everybody kind of shows off the colors, or maybe if you have to ask an opinion, like, should I use this color with this color? And then when we start our projects, everybody likes to show off their work or ask questions, advice, things like that. So those are 2 wonderful groups for makers, very positive, kind of friendly place to hang out. The links are down below for that. So I will see you next week for week 2 of our cowl, where we're actually going to be starting to stitch up the shawl. You can go at your own pace. The tutorials will be up forever, so you can go back and do them anytime. A lot of you too like to go back and make a second piece as well. So I will see you next week for week 2. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest FiberFlux video updates. Thanks again.